Look at some examples of traffic volume. This is Dublin at the turn of the century and San Francisco around the same time. But as the car took over, this is New York City in the 40s and Dublin in the 60s. This is Ho Chi Minh City today. Singapore by night. And America right now. And then of course Slieve Bloom. Where does the Volkswagen ID.4 fit into this world of congestion? We can easily make cars cleaner. What we really need is less of them on the road. So here we have the second test of Volkswagen's ID.4. And let's be serious, we pretty much know everything there is to know about this car already. And if you're not sure of things that are already here, then you can click a link up here and you'll be taken to my original review of the left-hand drive. This is the right-hand drive version. This is the one you're going to get in Ireland. This is Ireland's most popular electric car for the last month or so, maybe even longer than that. ID.3 has been in there too. Same sort of platform as ID.3, but it's a much longer car, much bigger car. Is it an SUV? Who knows? We don't know what that is, whatever that size is, but I love it. But I thought I'd come up with a slightly different challenge. It's not something I do on a YouTube channel usually. I don't do range tests and things on the YouTube channel because I think it's just false advertising, because realistically, who does these kind of drives? But I've come here to the middle of the Slieve Bloom Mountains where I can't possibly get a charge. And I'm going to drive to the top of a thing called Flavin Pass, which isn't even in Google Maps, but we're going to go there. We're going to go all the way to the very top, to the highest point in Laois, in an electric car. And then we're going to come back down and see if we can get a charge on the way from the top of the mountain. A little word on battery technology and recyclability. Volkswagen Group Components opened the group's first plant for recycling electric car batteries in Salzgitter. As a pilot operation commences, the Volkswagen Group want to have sustainable end-to-end responsibility for the entire chain of electric vehicle batteries. The aim is to industrialise recovery of valuable raw materials such as lithium, nickel, manganese and cobalt in a closed loop together with an aluminium, copper and plastics, achieving a recycling rate of more than 90% over the long term. Don't forget that energy management is to become a new business sector. Staggered investment with partners are being sought to maintain strategic financial targets. Volkswagen Group board member for technology said that we aim to reduce the cost and complexity of battery and at the same time increase its range and performance. This will finally make e-mobility affordable and a dominant drive technology. 6 gigafactories with a total production capacity of 240 gigawatt hours secure battery supply in the partnership model. Now yesterday I drove this car all the way from Dublin to Longford and back to Portlaoise. When I set the sat-nav to get back to Portlaoise and I was in Longford, the car automatically routed me by an Ionity charger, a fast charger. Now Ionity is something you're going to have to sign up to. If you're with Volkswagen, you get a certain amount of Ionity. It's a club card, yeah. They've all got some sort of club. Tesla has superchargers. Volkswagen Group, along with other groups, have Ionity chargers in theirs. Now you can use, of course, ESB chargers, but you just sign up with 2 things. And just to show you that that is or can be a hassle, even these press cars come with 2 cards, right? So you get the 2 cards, you get the Ionity charger, and you get the Volkswagen or the ESB charger as well. So soon, fingers crossed, modern stuff will catch up with us and be able to do all this on apps. They're almost there. Most of these things can be done on an app as well. But what I'm hoping for is the kind of tap and go feature. Really what I want is to pull up to any charge point and just tap Apple Pay, you know, Garmin Pay, Android Pay, or whatever other pay version there is out there, or even something like Revolut would do me fine. As usual, the real problems of ownership of an EV is when you go outside your home charging. Although much of the network is good, there's still plenty of room to make it better. It's also not cheap. At the top end, Ionity charge 77 cents per kilowatt, and that could make filling an ID.4 from empty to full nearly €59, which is more than diesel. There are all kinds of problems with charging anyway on the street, even how much it costs, how long you can stay, is it 45 minutes, how fast the charger is. It's 150, 50, there's even 22 kilowatts, 7.5 kilowatts, they're all different. Realistically, there's only one solution to all of this. Home charging is the only way to make EVs cheaper to run. If you really want the easiest solution for everybody out there, just get a home charger as soon as you get your electric car, and then make sure you charge there as often as possible. Alright, let's get to the top of this mountain, see how much fuel we have left when we get there. So other natty features of the car, as well as Android Auto, Google Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are built into this car, already there. Here's our first corner that we're going to meet on this road. Also, we have a little screen across here that tells me all the information I need to know about range and speed and active cruise control of what gear, I mean D or reverse or neutral or engine braking as you would have old-fashioned call it, but it's actually regenerative braking you can turn on as well in the car. But other than that, the car just gets on with its job. You don't really think about range, particularly when you use a sat-nav attached to the car. The car just seems to do that on its own. This is a switchback road, by the way. You can have some fun out here. The car does engage more and more resistance as you're coming up to corners, and actually when you're using active cruise control, the car will do all of the braking for you throughout junctions. And last night on the drive home, I noticed that my active cruise control was basically doing all the driving for me. I mean, it was slowing down, speeding up, taking roundabouts, going to junctions, telling me where to slow down, getting off at junctions. It's all in there. By 2030, Volkswagen are going to have completely automated driving on the motorway. So literally you don't have to do anything. You just let the car do its thing and it'll take you to the junction. And that's by 2030, they said they'll have that rolled out across all of their range. So this isn't some pie in the sky idea. This is actually something they're going to do and do very quickly. So I noticed as well as I'm driving along that obviously going uphill the way I'm going right now, because I am climbing a mountain here, is absorbing a lot of energy to do this, which is okay, because I don't mind that, because you get to the top and they have to come back down eventually, and you can always stop for a charge somewhere. We're very close to the top now, so I'm literally just going up this extra hill here, and the power of electricity, there's just things falling around the cabin because you just put your boot down and the car just goes up the hill. These aren't fast, they're not built for that kind of speed thing. These are built to be a family unit car, and they will sit on a motorway doing 120 kilometers an hour all day, no problem. And then you put more energy in and away you go again. The only bugbear we have these days is the fact you have to stop for power. Now, I've reached the top of my mountain. This is it. Let me show you. So, because of COVID lockdown, I've gone as far as I can go. And the reason I say that is, if you look over here very, 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 very carefully, I've just entered Offaly. Sorry everybody, literally the Laois County border stops right here on the top of this mountain, and this is where the ID.4 has brought us, into the middle of absolutely nowhere. And I have total confidence that I'll be able to get back out here as well, because I'm going to go back down that hill and get all the energy I need on the drive back to make sure I can keep on going, because these cars will actually self-charge. Did you know that, down the hill? So is it time to buy an electric car? Are you ready? Are we ready? Well, I would say that infrastructure is lagging a little bit, but has caught up significantly over the last few years, particularly with the introduction of Ionity, superchargers, and ESB are starting to catch up, and so are other players in the market. There's loads of players now, even Lidl are doing fast chargers. But yes, if you have a home charger, this will do everything you need an electric car to do, and way beyond that. It's not even an electric car. Now it'll just do everything a car will do. And that's it. These are just genuinely good cars. I don't really have any criticism here. Yes, there's some software issues. Yes, there'll be software updates over the next while. Yes, even Tesla do that. Even the new boys on the market who are software companies that make cars, they all do software updates. And this, of course, needs one. The latest version is exceptionally good, but there's still a couple of bugs here and there. But honestly, this car yesterday, I would have sat driving all the way across Europe and back. So in answer to the question, is it time for you to buy an electric car? Yeah, I think it is. But I have to get back over the border because I've actually just crossed the border. So listen, look after yourselves. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't, I'm going to come around your house and knock on the door and ask why. There is a place called bobflavin.com. You can go and buy these kind of hoodies and things. You want to buy them there. They're all there as well. Anyway, until the next time, I'll see you on the far of the border, obviously. as we've just come off the mountain now, so we're just down, we've gained 18 kilometers coming downhill. So I left with 100 kilometers left to go for the top of the hill. I'm still going down. I'd say I get another 2 or 3 kilometers out of jet before I reach the bottom of the hill. So yeah, you do generate as much electricity coming back as you do going up. It's just as easy. It's lovely. That's where we started.